In today's video, we're going to look at the function query. The query function is unique to Google Sheets and it is based around using SQL language. It's a lookup type function, allows you to look up a set of data and retrieve a subset of data based on a SQL query. At the outset, I'll admit that I'm not an expert by any means in SQL, but hopefully I can show that you don't have to be an expert with these things to actually get the function to work. The format of the query function takes in two compulsory parameters, data and query, and one optional character which has headers. We will look at various examples which using just the data parameter and the query parameter. In this spreadsheet we have a set of simple data, which is metropolitan areas and their population. And in column D, I've set up in English several queries that we'll use to pull information back from this data here. So let's get started with our first example. So we'll select data based on a value. So I'll put in my function query, set my data, so it's from cell A2 down to B71, comma, and then put in my select statement, which is in inverted commas. I'm putting the whole statement in uppercase. The whole statement doesn't need to be in uppercase, but where it's reflecting, where it's selecting the column references, it does need to be in uppercase. So select A, which needs to be in uppercase, where B is greater than 9 million. Close quotes and close inverted commas and press return, and there we have it. So the statement says select A, column A, where B, column B holding the population, is greater than 9 million. So there's one built up area has a population greater than 9 million, and that's the Greater London built up area. Let's have a look at a second example. This time we want to select many values. So it's equals query. So it's A2 371, comma, open quotes. Select A, where B is greater than 300,000 and B is less than or equal to 400,000. Close quotations, close bracket. And there it returns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 metropolitan areas. In the next example, we want to return the area with the lowest population. This is a slightly more complex statement, but it still works. So it's equals query, open bracket, A2 colon B71. So that's my data, and then the select statement. Select A, where B equals another quotes and ampersand min open quotes B2 colon B71. So the SQL statement, select A where B equals space quotation mark, that's the end of the SQL statement. The ampersand allows us to append on an additional string where the minimum, which is taking the minimum value from B2 to B71, which is the column that holds the values. Press return. So it returns Worcester built up area. And if I scroll down, Worcester built up area has the lowest population. Next query is, what is a population of value in cell G2? So this is referencing another cell. So in cell G2 we've got the Plymouth built up area. So we'll just add a query there. So it's equals query, open bracket, A2 colon B71, comma, in our select statement, select B, where A equals, and it's three quotations, ampersand G2, ampersand, and there it returns the population for Plymouth built up area. 26203, 26203. In our next example, we'll just look at return all cities that begin with L. This is a more straightforward function. A2 colon B71, and the query, the SQL statement equals select A, where A starts with single quote L, single quote, space, and quotation mark, close bracket. So select A, something from A that starts with L, and returns Liverpool, Leicester, Luton, and Lincoln. In our final example, we'll look at sum the total population of all cities with a pool in their name. So equals query A2 colon B71, comma, open quotes, select B, where A contains single quote pool, close single quote, close quotes, close the first bracket, and what we want to do is wrap all of this in a sum function and a second closing bracket around that. Press return. Okay, and again it's case sensitive, so I pool in uppercase where pool in lowercase will return population for the likes of Blackpool and Liverpool. Thank you for watching.